Hello everyone. This is regarding the Group 2 revision class number 2 for Indian economy portion. And in this session, we are going to discuss about the agriculture chapter, and that too mainly about the pulses, because you must be knowing pulses production, pulses consumption, and the organizations which are involved in the procurement of the pulses, like NAFED, okay, or some cooperative institutions certified by the government of India are very much in news. So in this session, we can definitely assure you that there could be a one or two questions which can be asked either from the institutions or directly from the topic pulses. So I have picked up a lot of articles from different newspapers, that is from the Live Mint or from the Hindu or from Indian Express. So first we'll take about all the basics of the pulses, and to update you, you should be very much clear that the pulses production in India will be covered across all the three seasons, basically in the Kharif, Rabi, or Zaid, or we can call as a summer season. In Kharif, what we cover across is the Arhar, and the second one we cover is Urud, that is actually called as a black gram, Moong, Lobia, 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 and Moth. Okay, the Rabi covers gram, lentils, and Rajmash. The summer, or you can call directly as an Zaid, it directly covers green grams, black gram, and the pea variety, that is cowpea. So all this are being produced in our country. So you should understand that pulses coverage is across all these seasons. Second, very importantly, you should also remember the production pattern of the pulses. First, understand pulses is a combination. So combination of all this we call as pulses. So production, very interestingly, Rabi season produce more pulses when compared to the Kharif season. So this is about the production. So the production of the pulses, which is quite more in Rabi. Next one is area. Area coverage of the pulses is greater in Rabi when compared to Kharif. Okay, this is very, very important because most students blindly go for the Kharif. And third, very important, productivity per hectare, how much you are actually producing. Productivity. Productivity is again Rabi is greater than the Kharif. Okay, so these are the very important facts you should remember: production, area, and productivity. Next, most important across the pulses is which are the states which are actually involved in all these three seasons at a greater scale of production. First important is Rajasthan. Second one is Madhya Pradesh. Third is Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, and Karnataka from the southern season. Okay, so 5: Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, and Karnataka. So all these are very 5 top producing pulses states in our country. Next, most important aspect of the pulses, which if I could elaborate, then the share of pulses in the total production, share of pulses in the total production of the food grains. So since if I take 2015-16 to 2022, that means it is very clear in terms of the production, that is the percentage wise, from 2015-16 to 2022, the total production of only the pulses in the overall food grain is increasing. It is showing an increasing trend. So the trend, I can say, is positive. All right. So pulses production has increased. If I give you the raw data, pulses production has increased from 171 lakh tons, 171 lakh tons in 2014. 171 lakh tons in 2014. It has gone to 270 lakh tons in 2024. So I'm giving even this data also. So you can assure here that there is an 60% increase in the production of the pulses. Okay, so this is the data which you should be very much clear about the pulses production, pulses season-wise area production, productivity, and categories in which seasons and how much it has been and why it has been in increasing trend. So we can take a case of why there is an increase in the production of the pulses. I mean, like, why are people back of this pulses? First one is nutrients. It is a powerhouse of the nutrients. That means we can call it as an rich in protein. Fiber content is very good, and vital nutrients will also be available. Okay, these are like plants act as an leguminous, so that you should remember, which will definitely enrich the soil content. Okay, and this will also reduce the fertilizer reliances also. Reliance on the fertilizers will also be reduced because these are very much genuine in enriching the soil. And very importantly, these are drought resistant and lower carbon footprint. Lower carbon footprint. Okay, acts as a very important leguminous. Act as a very, very important leguminous plant. That's the reason we are back of this production of pulses, because it has got a wide variations. And if I take the case of the pulses furthermore, it has been very much clear evident from the central government that World Pulses Day, World Pulses Day is being observed annually on 10th February. 10th February, which is basically originated by the United Nations. Okay, United Nations International Year of Pulses was declared earlier. So, theme of this Pulses 2024 is nourishing soils, and the people. So just remember soils and the people and close this theme. So you should find the soil and you should also find the theme. So we'll come about India's point of view. If I take the India's point of view, in terms of production, in terms of consumption, and in terms of again import, not the export, we are top. Okay, that is first. It's a very important fact. Production, consumption, and the import part, we are in top. See, it has also been very clear that we are importing the pulses from the Brazil. So from the Brazil section, we are going to import the pulses from the coming agreements, etc. That is what we can think. Next, very importantly, we should also decide who is in favor. I mean, like, first, let me cover this additional points. Then I'll assure you that I will add more content about the pulses, which has been given in the newspapers. It is all about Commission on Agriculture Cost Prices. This I have discussed in the class notes that you can take as a reference. Commission of Agriculture and Cost and Prices. They will decide the prices. Basically, MSP, and this is a just recommending body, and the final decision is taken by CCA, Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, headed by the Prime Minister. So how will they decide market price, international price, domestic price, demand, benefits, etc.? Government will ensure that FCI is one nodal agency for procurement. Along with that, we also have NCCF. NCCF is National Cooperative Consumers Federation of India. National Cooperative Consumers Federation of India. So this was established in 1965. Okay, acting as an consumer cooperatives in the country. So NCCF will act as a consumers cooperative in the country. It is registered under Societies Act 2002. Registered under the Societies Act 2002, whose headquarters is in New Delhi, and nodal agency who is responsible for such procurements, cooperatives, etc., is definitely will be under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. Okay, what does this NCCF does? NCCF will encourage the formation and growth of the consumer cooperatives based on the self-help group formula, like group of people coming forward to procure pulses, etc. Next, protection, empowerment, and also ensure there is a sufficient supply chain management from the market, okay, between the traders and the consumers, etc. Next, very important is NAFED. That's what I have told you just now. National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation. National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation. So this is an apex institution for marketing cooperatives. This is basically for the marketing purpose, marketing cooperatives for the agriculture produce in the country. So this was established in 1958. Okay, under same Societies Act 2002. So what is the responsibilities? Marketing, processing, storage. 3 responsibilities of NAFED. And distribute agriculture machinery, okay, and other inputs. Machinery, I'll write here, other inputs, and also provides technical advice. Such questions will be asked. Technical advice in agriculture production. Okay, next. Very importantly, if you could consider the theme, I mean, like India to host after 18 years. India to host after the 18 years. Okay, there's a global meet on how to procure the pulses, how to promote the pulses, etc. So this is what is you should remember. In the next remaining things I'll do in the other coming videos. So here, center expands the Bharat brand. Bharat brand means one nation, one brand should be there for chana dal and masoor dal. Just remember these terms, chana dal and masoor dal. Next, very important. Center also has ensured that Bharat brand, who is responsible, just now I have written Food and Consumer Affairs. Okay, so I have told you about NCCF and NAFED, which are the institutions which are acting as a nodal agency for these important benefits. The move comes under the phase 2 of the government larger plan to stabilize food prices by releasing the buffer stock from the Public Stabilization Fund. I will take what is Public Stabilization Fund. What is the Bharat brand scheme? That's what I have explained you. Bharat brand scheme is bringing up with a common logo, setting up the prices where it can be helpful for the producers as well as the consumers with a definite intention to bring these under one brand. Okay, so what are the phase 1 of Bharat brand includes chana dal, moong sabut, along with the wheat flour and rice under the Bharat brand. So prices will be much more stabilized. Okay, that is one important aspect. The phase 2, which started from January 2024, chana dal emerged as the top selling products. Obviously, it will impact the production in a positive way. Okay, and that's the reason the chana dal production impact has gone very, very higher. Next, pulses imports. It has been clearly given here. The imports of the pulses the import of the pulses has increased significantly. Okay, so it has increased significantly from 2.2 to 2.9 millions. Earlier it was 2.07 millions because uh, consumption is quite high, so production has to meet. That is one case. MSP has increased, okay, to meet the global prices and also the input cost of the farmers, encouraging them to produce more pulses. Now, where does the India import from? India import from Mozambique, Tanzania, Myanmar, that is imports tour from these areas. Tour from these areas. And Urad, which we have discussed here. So Urad from Myanmar and Brazil. And Masoor from Canada, Australia, Russia, and Turkey or Turkey. Okay, so what is the directorate of this pulses development says that Kharif pulses growing like Rajasthan with 20%, followed by Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh. So follow this order states. I will share this document. Next, the government has increased MSP. I have told you just now, MSP, an improvement in MSP also decides what kind of crops and how much percentage it has to increase. So that's the reason increase in the MSP also made the farmers to go for water intensive paddy to more demand pulses. That's why they are moving from paddy to pulses. Okay, now 50% increase. Here it has been given 50% increase in MSP for the paddy, and aggregate under the crop rose by 8.43. But overall, they are giving it more for the MSP for the chana, dal, etc., making people to go for such kind of crops. For soybeans, the MSP has almost 68%, nearly 20% increase. So I have written here what is the need, etc. And next, you will look at the data. The data clearly says procurement, rice procurement and MSP in the major producing state, that is Punjab, Telangana, Chhattisgarh. So remember this order. The order for the procurement is quite high with respect to Punjab, and Telangana ranks second. And here market also plays a significant role as the artificial suppression of market prices through export bans and cheap import discourages the farmers. So here he is saying that what initiatives the government is taking to procure this product and justify the production of the domestic demand variations, so subjected to the variations. And next, CACP, we have discussed the one which actually sets the prices for the MSP. So in certain particular recommended increasing the cultivation of pulses, particularly Tur, Urad and Masoor in the rice fallow areas in eastern and southern states. So the report notes that Maharashtra, Karnataka and Uttar Pradesh together grow more than 2/3 of the country. So you have to remember here, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Uttar Pradesh together produce more than 2/3. Remember this, very important, more than 2/3 of the tour. And 25 districts account for 60% of the pulses. So almost all will produce that, we can say 25 districts account for 60% of the pulses. So very, very important data. And look at the last one. Despite this measure, inflation in the pulses and product category rose is very, very high because of mostly the demand and the productional issues. That's the reason we are still depending on the imports. Agencies like this we have discussed, that is NAFED, and CCF have begun registering for Urad and Tur for MSP procurement. So the government is declaring high MSP. So these institutions are actually involved in the procurement of the benefits given to the farmers indirectly. So here, regarding the oilseeds, union government agencies in collaboration with the State Department has brought 1.2 million tons of mustard. 1.2 million tons of mustard, all right, at the MSP under the price support scheme. So price support scheme means if the farmer produces the good, and he will take up to the market, there might be certain gaps that the market would have been fluctuated with higher prices, then the farmer will get the higher prices only. If the market is with the lower prices, then what the government has promised of giving up the MSP, the gap between the MSP and the market will be fulfilled by the government. So in both the cases, farmer will not be in the loss. That is actually encouraging the farmers to come forward so that the price support scheme will definitely benefit them, because these benefit will actually give the farmer the basic investments and the demand supply criteria, international prices plus the profits. Now this is the same thing like price methods, etc. And due to the decrease in the production and strongly demand, the prices of the various pulses such as this one are currently above the MSP, because more demand is there. Obviously, the production you have to increase, you have to supply with the more MSP that the government is trying to prove. And very importantly, cultivation area for the pulses and oilseeds in a small fraction of the country's primary crop region, limited to just 55 districts. So this you have to read for your exam. This is what the ministry data says. Cultivation area for pulses and the oilseeds in the small fraction of the country's primary crop region, limited just to 55 districts. Although the current price support scheme allows the government to purchase up to 40% of the market surplus of the three varieties, that is Urad, Arhar and Masoor. What I have discussed just now, you can correlate that and read this statement. So I'll be sharing this document to this most important segments, the data what I have explained. So that has been covered, and remaining about the agricultural topics, etc. I'll cover in the other topics or other sessions. Thank you so much.